Few words.
Well, we all know how the Ruszalas save everything. They never throw anything away. Today it comes in handy because I have laryngitis and I need a little bit of help, so please forgive my voice, and thank you, Uncle John, for the microphone. Deacon O'Brien, friends and family, Grandma Sadie. We are here to celebrate the life of Santa Marie Sadie Ruszala. There are a few out there still like her. Grandma touched each of our lives in a different way. She was something different to each one of us. A mother, grandmother, aunt, great aunt, parishioner, friend. She had so many relatives that they would probably have to make up new words just to describe all of her relations. And so many live within a few miles of her home. To me and my cousins, she was grandma. To Terry, Sadie, as he would affectionately call her, was the love of his life and bride for over half a century. 1913 to 2013. Only a few people here have experienced firsthand what she experienced. Now, she was not one of those elders who were always telling us young people that they, back in the day, had to walk barefoot 5 miles uphill in the snow to get to school, and barefoot downhill in the snow to get to school, and we have it so easy. But today is a day when it's appropriate to think about that type of thing. Because not that we can live the years that she lived, but we can admire what she lived and draw inspiration from what it taught her. While today's American family has 0.9 children per household, Grandma Sadie was the eldest of 10 children. Some of her sisters are here. And she was from, they were first generation Italian-American immigrants, her parents, who lived near the fig orchards outside Naples. And while today many children don't have chores, Sadie had to help her younger siblings and raise them, while her mother fell ill and her father had to work so hard to put the bread on the table. While some have a hard time imagining coolness in a generation that can't tell the difference between an iPad and a picture frame, and yeah, that was Grandma Sadie too, she didn't know the difference. Sadie, as Terry would always remind us, was the prettiest and most fashionable girl in all South Amboy. To her grandchildren, her dating advice was, play the field until you find the right one. Well, that's exactly what she did. She was quite the tough catch. And she did find the right one, and she meant it, and was committed to making it work. Today, while the average marriage lasts 8 years, for Terry and Sadie, their marriage lasted 56 years, until death did them part. In sickness, Terry spent many a day with Sadie in the hospital, and then Sadie with Terry, until he finally died in 1998 at the age of 88. In health, Sadie and Terry loved gathering and canning their famous tomatoes, lima beans, pears, figs, peaches, huckleberries. For better, building their own home, raising their 5 children, building a life and leaving a legacy. And for worse, the tensions and hardships they had to work through in their marriage and in the families. Sadie and Terry's beautiful and glowing wedding portrait still hangs on the in the parlor over the TV. Now you can see it here. And it's a testament to their undying love and to their committed married sacramental life, the core of their family. One could just imagine those newlyweds jumping to life and doing a slow dance to their favorite love songs, "Let Me Call You Sweetheart" and "I Love You Truly." Sadie was a devoted mother, always keeping busy for all the family's needs. She instilled self-confidence in her children, and she gave them good advice. Sadie and Terry's home retains all the trappings of a well-run 1950s home in America. Surviving the Great Depression, she learned lessons about frugality and avoiding waste that continue in her children and even her grandchildren. While today we throw it away, for her and Tara, it was, if it's broke, you fix it. She was also organic before it was a thing. She would make everything from scratch, and her wonderfully unique lasagnas, to her eggplant parmesans, to her Tyrol Italian cookies, to her special pumpkin pies. And while Wegmans tries to make asparagus look interesting by printing it on fashionable tote bags, you know what I mean. Sadie even had that figured out. A dish of eggs and asparagus with a touch of lemon. In fact, I had a taste for this the other day. Unfortunately, Sadie's no longer here to make it for us on that stove that she loves so much. And she wouldn't keep her cooking to herself and to her children, but she would always provide casseroles and pies to families whose mother was sick or couldn't cook. Today, while families can't always be together and are often split for various reasons, for Sadie, family was an ideal she held very dear. She never found that ideal, but she never stopped dreaming the dream. She also believed strongly in family healing. And while today mass attendance is on the decline and parishes are facing closures, Sadie was an active parishioner at St. Mary's Catholic Church here in South Amboy for all of her 99 years. She often prayed the Rosary in the Stations of the Cross, and she and Terry sent all their children to St. Mary's Catholic School. While sometimes it's hard in my work as a parish director of faith formation to get the kids interested in things like confirmation, Grandma Sadie remembered exactly when she made her confirmation, and I found this out in a very humorous way, so typical of Grandma Sadie. When I was a teenager, I remember telling her that I was going to be making my confirmation that year, because nowadays most kids typically make it in their teen years. And so she tells me, imagine if I'm a teenager, you know how you're thinking of it. She says, "Oh, okay, so you must be 11. Because that's when kids make confirmation. And also, while health gurus and cooking experts are still trying to figure out how exactly to make people live long, healthy lives, well, Grandma, you had that figured out too. You had a beat there. She was everyone's model, active, spry, witty octogenarian. For those of us in Rio Linda, that means 80-year-old. Now, if I found a word in English that means 90-year-old, I would have told that to you. But as it is, I think that just between us, we can call her a centenarian. Because, yeah, okay, she was 99, but it was 1913 to 2013, so I say close enough. She's a centenarian. And until the end, she was a dedicated hostess. She traveled regularly to Atlantic City with her seniors club. And when she wasn't in Atlantic City, she was probably at bingo, watching Wheel of Fortune, driving to ShopRite armed with coupons from the Sunday newspaper, or out sailing the 7 seas, quite literally. I will miss my grandmother. I'll miss talking to her about what I am doing. I'll miss her cooking and all the ways that she would show her love. But I was there when she passed away. And from that experience, I must say that I cannot feel bad for her, but that her passing was God calling her home. After having lived not only a long life, but a full life. The family came together to spend time with her and pray by her bedside. There was a sense of peace and of holiness in the room. She died peacefully, wearing her rosary and her scapular. surrounded by family that loved her and accepted God's will for her, realizing that death is the closing of one chapter of our existence. She also died on my birthday, June 30th. And I was glad to have been there at such a blessed, though sad, event. We cannot keep Sadie here on earth, but she will always be with us. She will soon be with her Tara and all those who she so dearly missed who went before her. And I think that she would leave us with these words of advice. God has a plan, and no matter what people think, peace is the most important thing. And finally, I will close with some touching words, a tribute to Grandma Sadie from my cousin Melissa. To the most amazing grandmother, woman, chef, baker, babysitter, gardener, seamstress, world traveler, friend, angel I have ever known. May you rest in peace. We'll love you long after you're gone, and I'll take a piece of you with me wherever I go.